Gemini, thank you so much for tuning in. Love and light to you all here. We're here with your May reading. Let's get right on with it now for you. Very, very exciting energies. I was meditating on your energy before I turned on the camera, Gemini, and I was hearing, don't play with the jewels on my crown, okay? And there is perhaps a focus on matters of how we wish to creatively and dynamically express ourselves. I'm hearing our capabilities, our assets. You have here that flipped out acrobatically as I was shuffling off camera, the Strength card upright. This is a card of Leo and it sits just next to Pyrite, okay? Major focus on self-assertion as I'm getting it, as it pertains to matters that may be public, that may be professional, that may be also practical, material, financial. Two of Wands upright mirroring here the Strength card upright. There is a focus on where we take ourselves, Gemini, in an absolutely independent way. And there's a certain exaltation of self-perception as I'm getting it in relationship to matters of partnership. You have here the Hierophant that mirrors Strength. The Sun of Cups sits just beneath the Hierophant. You may be dealing, I'm hearing, with a Scorpio, a Taurus, somebody who's got both archetypes in their chart, that I'm hearing sits at the threshold of the change that you seek to initiate. The focus is on the direction that you lay the terms for and the grounds for as well. And there is a focus here specifically on what changes. You have here the Father of Cups, that wants to be seen exactly here with the Chariot, both in reverse, and the Ten of Wands upright. You have the Death card that sits just at the base of this stack. You may be dealing with a Scorpio. Absolutely. There is a focus here specifically on, for a number of you may be dealing with a Cancer as well, but there is a focus on what I'm hearing has remained as a challenge to the paradigm, to the interface, perhaps that which relates to matters of self-expression. It's like, what puts me in that state where I'm hearing I'm not questioning my own process of manifestation and creation. There has been perhaps a cycle of emotions that has sort of, I'm hearing, caused you to, I'm hearing, think and rethink what has been I'm hearing a process of change, okay? And it's almost like the feeling I'm getting for you is I'm hearing Cancer, I'm hearing Pisces as well, and Scorpio. It's almost like I'm hearing in the interface of my work, in perhaps working with an audience, I'm hearing for a number of you, in finding common ground. Where is it that I am still asserting my vision of the role that I play as an independent individual within the landscape of change and transformation and creation? And for a number of you, there may be a focus here specifically on Gemini. I'm hearing take no prisoners, the Star. Literally just karate chopped out of the deck there. Mirroring the Two of Wands, the Strength card. There is a budding of potential that you recognize. It's like, why not? I'm hearing, why not capitalize on it? The Hanged Man here, and the Hanged Man sits in reverse. This is the card of Pisces in the Major Arcana, right over the Judgment card in reverse. The Four of Pentacles upright. There is the readiness, absolute readiness, I'm hearing, to come out of the shell, so to speak. There is the readiness to also admit, I'm hearing, to confront what has remained impending as a decision of movement and change. For a number of you, there may be a focus on translocation, but I'm getting it more so as that which speaks to the movement of how energy and how also emotion moves through us, through our work. And there is a financial material component to it. There is, as you recognize it, a certain element of also closure that is to be had, that is to be determined of perhaps matters of home life. What is the foundation going to be? But there is a formalization, as I'm getting it, that you recognize is to be had of what is upheld as the esoterics of your work. And the grounds, so to speak, through which you perform, the platform off of which you project this image, I'm hearing, this new image I'm hearing as well, is, I'm hearing secondary. okay, is secondary. The material, physical sort of context of your, I'm hearing, inner transformation, particularly if you've got a lot of Scorpio in your chart, or a lot of Pisces, a lot of water energy in general, then that may be speaking to your very own sort of regenerative impulse, so to speak, okay, where it's like, I just feel compelled to completely invert, okay, and I'm here to showcase my talent. I'm hearing for a number of you to showcase my skills, okay. There is the energetic performance, as I'm getting it, that has been brought to a halt in such a way that makes it very obvious, okay, very also, I'm hearing official, what stage you're at. I'm hearing in projecting, I'm hearing your assets, I'm hearing your vision, but also I'm hearing in protecting, I'm hearing by way of projecting your vision, you are capitalizing on, in a certain way, what is a formality of your growth. And there is a certain moment, okay, Gemini, where it's like, here comes the baby, okay, here the baby is poking its head out, okay, I'm hearing I'm hearing also its rear end out, take it as you will. There is a certain, I'm hearing it almost as like a certain rebellion, okay, Gemini, I'm getting it as like a, you know, you now you see me, now you don't, but you still see me, but not in the way that you've seen me before. That's the sort of feeling just sort of coming through for you, Gemini. Daughter of Cups here, the Three of Swords in reverse, Seven of Pentacles upright, Four of Cups in reverse, the World smack dab in the middle of the spread, Mother of Cups in reverse, the Three of Pentacles in reverse, the Mother of Wands upright, and the Eight of Wands upright. Take a look at these cards here. Okay, that connects to the Two of Pentacles in reverse. You then have here two cards that are upside down. It is the Three of Cups upright and the Seven of Wands in reverse. Okay, Six of Wands sits in reverse in your theme. There is a focus here, Gemini, on what it is that we are ready for. I'm hearing ready or not. I'm hearing here I come. There is a certain gregarious sort of very communicative, social almost, but with a certain aim. And with a certain dynamism that is a projection of, I'm hearing, your assets, of what it is that you bring to the table in a very unique, independent way, that sets the stage. And it's almost like I'm hearing communicating and searching for, I'm hearing inspiration. I am inspiration that I seek to bring forth through what is otherwise social and communicative. You have here a focus on what is to be asserted as an ideal, what is to be carved out in your mind's eye as a space of expansion. And you, for a number of you, may be dealing with a water sign, absolutely a water sign here that requires some coming out with, as it pertains to matters of emotions, matters of the heart, and be it your very own, right, sort of a premonition with that, your own intuition, be it a conversation that you are in a certain way channeling through in matters of communication. There is a desire to assert very clearly what we are recognizing as an asset of our performance. And I'm seeing it as, I'm hearing, I don't need a stage. I want there to be, excuse me, Gemini, not only a stage for me to perform through. I want to, I'm hearing, understand, I'm hearing for a number of you, I want to understand the operative of my work. I want to make public what works for me and what doesn't. I want to make very clear for myself and others I'm hearing protective, I'm hearing protective, I'm hearing projective again with the Mother of Wands, right? And she's here protecting her eggs. What it is that I'm hearing resonate with. I'm hearing what it is that I wish to capitalize on as a skill, as a talent, as an asset, as an ability. And there is a certain ruckus, okay, that's caused, so to speak, dear Gemini, by way of the rattling I'm hearing of this cage. I'm hearing also of these eggs. There is a certain glorification, I'm hearing pontification, take it as you will, of what it is that you are in a certain way holding the keys to. And I'm seeing it as assets, I'm seeing it as creative assets. And it's almost as if it's like, you know, I want to make very clear, very, very clear that, and you got the Three of Pentacles in reverse mirroring the Three of Cups upright. I want to make very clear where I stand as the channeler of my frequency. That which is held in a state of passion, also of knowing, of emotion, of intuition, but also of capitalization on how I perform, how I act on what it is that I am setting as a standard for myself. I'm also expecting of my own performance in a certain way. And I'm seeing it as, for a number of you being your own critic, so to speak. Okay, it's like, you got this little voice in your head, Gemini, okay, well, you know, why aren't you? I'm hearing, why aren't you? Gemini, okay, well, why aren't you? I'm hearing taking it to that level and that stage. What is considered to be a stage for you that will capacitate the growth that you are expecting of yourself, that you're setting as the standard for yourself, that you're holding yourself to as a standard of your own making. There is here a certain question of stability though, right? And well, how in moving forward and through my performance in the way that I do, how do I assert my sense of also, I'm hearing structural, I'm hearing physical, also perhaps material, financial standing as an individual. And there may be a focus perhaps on contractual work here for a number of you, and a question of, again, stability. How is it that through what feels to be a certain creative and dynamic experience or preparation for a creative and dynamic self-projection of assets, I am finding what also grounds me. And there's a focus here on independence. Absolutely, dear Gemini. The Eight of Wands sits mirroring the Three of Pentacles in reverse, and there is perhaps for a number of you an actual change, translocation, a movement, also a shake-up to what constitutes a certain fundamentalism of our work, what constitutes a certain sense of security with what feels to be the context through which we perform. And it's a question of environment. Okay, well, what is a stage to me in considering that I'm hearing I'm a performer? What does a stage serve as for me? What is the role that a stage plays? And for those of you who may be working from home, what role does the home actually play in matters of also how I identify with in an independent, on a personal level, in a personal way, what is considered to be an absolute revelation of self-expression. There is, and I'm getting it as specifically in the way that you idealize and you envision, that you set, again, as a standard for yourself. There is perhaps for a number of you contractual work that is being released, and it's almost like, oh, I'm off the contract, yay, that was kind of feeling, okay. But a question still of, I'm hearing, where do I put all my things? Where do my things go? What is it that I'm hearing am going to do with all of this stuff I'm hearing? There's a question of what you value, dear Gemini. There's a question of also what you are bringing to the table, not because you're bringing it to the table. There is a focus on passion and materialization. I'm hearing manifestation. What is the physicality of what is being channeled in I'm hearing in a productive way, but not by way necessarily of, let's say, material finances and assets, or whatever the physical side to your sort of story or experience may be, but what is productive by way of, considered to be productive by way of how deeply we feel for it, and how I'm getting strong pressure here on my left hand, pointer finger and middle finger right towards the base, right around here. One of them may mean to a number of you. For those of you who may be familiar with how energy moves through the body, then you may want to check that out. You can search further on that. Nonetheless, there is, Gemini, a focus on what it is that is, I'm hearing, singled out as an asset of passion that you channel through your interactions with others. And I'm seeing it specifically in your physical interactions. I'm seeing it also in your in your communications with others. Okay, the Daughter of Cups here, mirroring the Three of Swords. There is a focus, and I'm getting it as well as the passion here that you carry through your performance, Gemini, in a certain way, is what illuminates, is what replaces as well what has been acknowledged as a financial, monetary, physical, also professional interface. So in sort of retracting from whatever this partnership may have been, whatever perhaps even contract may have been, there is a question of, well, what resides, I'm hearing, in that space. But I'm getting that there is no question, Gemini. The focus for you is on where you feel not successful, because it's a matter of success yet again, material, financial assets, and so on and so forth, productivity, but where it is and what it is that you feel you are, I'm hearing, coming to terms with as a passion, okay? And the filtering of that and the illumination of that is, in a certain way, what is to transform the role that assets play for you, okay? The Daughter of Cups here, mirroring the Three of Swords, may have been involved with a water sign, okay? I'm hearing effeminate, take it as you will. And there may be a focus here specifically as well on what is brought from the past, okay, that in a certain way influences the way that we now see ourselves in social situations and how it is that we wish to express ourselves in social situations. Six of Wands here again, in reverse in your theme, overlaying the Daughter of Swords upright, who wants to be seen in tandem with the Six of Pentacles, 6-6 mirroring one another, sandwiching rather the Daughter of Swords. There is a focus here, Gemini, on what stance we take on in projecting a certain ideology, a certain vision of ourselves. And I'm seeing it as you're painting a picture of yourself, Gemini. You're painting a picture, I'm hearing, for the world to reflect, to appreciate, to acknowledge, to see, to recognize what you set as the barometer for success, for change. And I'm getting it almost as well, the successfulness with which we are projecting what feels to be a state of alliance with our self-perception. It's a question of confidence, Gemini. It's a question and not a question of what you seek to create by way of what you see of yourself, creating what you create as the creator, as the performer of what you create. And perception is everything. I'm hearing your values are everything. The values that you set forth are everything. I'm hearing are the be all end all, so to speak, as you may perceive it or feel it. Again, take it as you will. Right, Gemini? But there's a focus on what am I projecting as my very personal ideology? What am I projecting as what I align with to be a form and a feeling of, I'm hearing, personhood, where I feel stable and grounded in what it is I'm projecting, I'm hearing, and what it is that I am also aligning with. And there could be, again, a focus on perhaps partnership, who you are in a certain way aligning with, teaming up with to accomplish a certain long-term, but I'm not seeing it in terms of time, in terms of, I'm hearing it's got to manifest. I'm seeing it as almost, it's irrelevant in a certain way what comes of the notion that I set forth as the authenticity of my vision in this moment in time. Okay, so there's a focus specifically on what character you're upholding, Gemini, and I'm getting that, so to speak, there is a focus on the values as well that you feel set and lay the foundation for change. But the focus, again, as I'm getting it, is not on I'm projecting myself in this way because I see that down the line this will serve me. I'm not seeing it in that way. I'm seeing it as sort of like an impulsivity too, so to speak, but more so as a sort of reflective nature, okay, where it's just simply even perceptively, well, I see it in this way. I see myself in this way. I resonate with the role of assets playing so on and so forth sort of role. I resonate with I'm hearing the creative mediums, okay, that do not place such an importance on the physical, material, tangible side that they play, so to speak, as I may perceive it, but that just simply serve to illuminate for me to stand upon and project my perspective in a unique, independent way, in such a way where I'm not being overpowered, overshadowed even by what it is I'm creating, right? The Daughter of Swords with the Six of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, mirroring the Seven of Wands with the Three of Swords in reverse smacked in the middle. It's almost like what has remained is sort of excess. I'm hearing excessive, what has remained excessive, or perhaps that there has been an excessive focus on, as you may have perceived it, or as others may have perceived it. You're recognizing, again, it's like, okay, well, I want assets and matters and sort of expectations, so to speak, of success to not to hinder or to influence the way that I stand on that stage. The stage is to serve as a platform. And what it is that I project, what it is that I assert on that stage is, I'm hearing, a reflection of where I stand within my, I'm hearing, mind's eye. There's a focus here on vision for you, dear. I'm hearing Virgo, I'm hearing Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo, Gemini. There's a focus on vision, but that which is not, I'm hearing a preoccupation with what is, I'm hearing, being also interpreted, but on a personal level, also perhaps in a public way. If you have an audience in some kind of way who is interpreting your work, I'm seeing somebody on stage though, and the way that they're performing is in such a way where they are holding a vision, but more so the vision of a certain value and principle and ideology. And it's almost like, well, this is the image I want to project, okay? Rather than, let's say, necessarily there being such a focus on a certain self-expectation where it's like, oh, okay, especially because of, let's say, the physical environment, especially because of a certain material, financials, or professionalism to the work, there being perhaps a certain, I'm hearing incongruence with the way that we project ourselves, okay? So thank you so much, dear Gemini, for tuning in. Love and light to you all here. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful May. I will be back with your weekly readings, with the full moon readings, full moon in Sagittarius this month. Powerful, potent energies culminating here for us. Thank you so much again for tuning in. I highly recommend you to check out your rising, ascendant, or moon sign as well, as oftentimes those may provide you with further insights into your situation. Thank you so much again for all your love and your light. Thank you so much for connecting, and I'll see you soon. Bye, Gemini.